Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your time zone and depending from where you are watching us from. This is Biafra 101 TV. We are live and we are direct. If today is the first time of coming across our video and you like the way we are propagating the gospel of freedom, and you like the way we are propagating the gospel of emancipation of black nation, emancipation of Biafra, please subscribe, like, and share the video. Subscribe, very important. Like I said before, the reason why I opened this channel is a backup channel, because we are wrestling against principalities and powers who don't want the gospel to be what? To be preached. All right. I want you guys to watch, you will watch this video. You will learn some certain things from China. You know, there is this thing that the Western world always do. I lived in Asia. I've lived in Asia for years and I've lived in different countries in Asia. And I discovered one thing. This Western world, they always like to use sort of words that will, how would I put it now, that will undermine the system other nations are practicing, in the sense that they will tell you communist China, communist Russia, communist Vietnam, communist Thailand. They would just like to use that word just to undermine their system of governance, to let you know that democracy is the all and all. Whereas in the actual sense, democracy, especially in Africa, is the problem why Africa is the way they are today. See democracy, these things have dealt with Africa and is still dealing with Africa. They were listening to what this Chinese man said here in this video. People they always refer as communist nation, say no freedom of speech, there's no election, there's no this, there's no that. What they say is final, what the ruling class says is final. Man, all these things, they are doing so to pollute your mind. We are people who are practicing, let's say, communist system of government, to pollute their mind, because you know why? They know the easiest way to penetrate all this country is via democracy, but these nations, this country don't give them such rule. So what they did in return is to start using sort of, body shading name, so that you will start seeing those people that, man, these guys are somehow terrible. Whereas it's false. The reverse is the case. In this video, you will listen to what this Chinese pundit said. What Chinese political analyst said. He said in China, they believed in meritocracy. What do they mean by meritocracy? Before you contest for any political post, first of all, they must make sure you have the merit, you have the criteria, you merited to contest. Then after that one, then you will go into what? Process of where people will now certify you to occupy elective positions. So that is the secret behind Chinese success. That the reason why you see Chinese succeeding today is because they centers their governance on meritocracy. Unlike what we are seeing in Africa. You must merit a post before you even think of coming out to contest or to vie for any political post. Said this is the secret of China. Today, China is living 2050. They have gone far. Forget about the Western media propaganda. As of today, China, you see China, eh? America, they learn where they did. America, they learn where they did. There's something I read about this AI. They said China begged America. They pleaded with America to give them the catalog of this AI. America was, making guy, as usual, superpower nation. We are this, we are that, we are this. China was calmly begging them, please give us the sample, give us the catalog. Let's see. Let's even see if we can try. According to the book I read and according to the analysis, because I later watched the video, they said it seems America later gave them. Today, China have the best AI, and the amount of money it cost China to build the AI, it was in millions of dollars, that's $600 million. But for America, it runs in the tons of billions. In the tons of billions. Today, almost every vehicle, motorcycle or motorbike in China is strictly electronics. These guys have gone far. They've gone far. But you'll be asking yourself, is China heaven on earth? They've gone far in technology. China is operating in another world when it comes to technology. And funny enough, I could remember there's also a book I read, how America penetrated China. They first sent Coca-Cola. After drinking the Coca-Cola, Chinese, they were so happy. That's why they sold Coca-Cola, they sold burger. The America made a huge amount of money from Coca-Cola, burger, etc. So with the level and amount of money they made, they decided to start shipping their companies to China because they made money, and Chinese, they have population, and their government, they are thinking on how to engage their population. So America starts coming, thinking that they will have cheap labor there. But what is happening today? When it comes to reserve, Chinese reserve runs in trillions of dollars. Even Chinese has more reserve, more than America. Forget about Western propaganda. Are you talking about missile? There's one missile, the biggest missile currently in the world is built by China. These guys have gone far. We have to emulate this Biafra we are looking. We have to emulate from country like this China. We have to be proactive. We have to start now to be learning some things which we don't know. This is what will help us. Everything starts now. This political education, we need to learn it now. We need to learn this political education. We shouldn't take it for granted if we truly want to build Biafra. If truly we want Biafra to be the beacon of hope for Africa, we've seen Ibrahim Jore have set the pace. So we have to start now. We have to start now to start building our nation. We have to start now to start, meditating, learning on the kind of nation we will have. So I would like you guys to watch and see for yourself. Also, in this video, this happened during apartheid regime in South Africa. The man, the lady, the woman, the grandma was so worried about the future of the children. See, I'm aged enough. I'm worrying about my grandchildren. How will they cope? How will they survive in this harsh apartheid regime? This ought to be the concern of our mothers or of our aged people, because if you look what is happening in that damn nation called Nigeria, you will know that there is no hope. At least you guys often listen to what Adonu always said. He said she has lived her own life and she was never a failure, because imagine someone that America recognized. On a normal norm, she would have said, why am I bothering myself? I lived a fulfilled life. America is paying me pension. America is doing this for me. She said she is always worried about Biafra and the future of the Biafran children and the children yet unborn. Which nation will she bequeath to the generation yet unborn? That is why at her age, in 70 something years, she will be awake all night participating in fundraising, doing all she could. Anywhere her assistance is needed, she is ever ready to render. When I watched the video of this woman, I was seeing Mama Biafra, don't know. Woman was so worried about what is going on in South Africa. So I want you guys to watch this video and learn one or two things from it. What are the things you ought to learn, or you will learn, or you should learn? What kind of nation do you want us to build in Biafra? Do you want us to build a nation like China, that everything before you work in any government parastatal is not that you know this person or I know this person. It strictly centers on meritocracy. You must merit that office. If you don't merit it, forget about it. On meritocracy. Because if you are in this field and you know the in and out of that office you are working on, you will know everything about it. I could remember when Chinedu Nebo, former vice chancellor of UNN, was the minister of power. Each time he goes to infer, or he went to inspect the things they are building to generate light. Once they buy fake, as soon as he comes there, he will tell you this one is fake. You know, Professor Chinedu Nebo, when he was the minister of power under Jonathan, he said he makes sure that all the things they bought were all standard. That's his area of discipline. Meritocracy. Do you see where meritocracy comes into play? He makes sure that all the things they bought, they meet the standard. The same thing applicable to other this thing. Are you talking about name them? Femi Adesina, the one that is into agriculture. agriculture. That's his area of discipline, meritocracy. He knows what farmers need. He knows because that's his area. So, Biafra, we have to start now to visualize and to put into practice the kind of nation we want to build in Biafra. Very important. Also, our aged parents, you will also watch and see how aged mother during the apartheid government in South Africa, how she was so worried about her grandchildren, what will be their fate in South Africa if they fail to liberate themselves from the apartheid regime. If they fail to liberate the apartheid, that means his children and grandchildren, there will be no hope for them. So, I want you to just cool down, watch the video. After watching, please subscribe, like, share. I greet you all. Peace and love. And don't forget, this is Biafra 101 TV.
China's rise has attracted global attention, and many have focused on China's economic model behind its rise, which is of course important. But China's evolving political change has been somehow ignored by many. In fact, without much fanfare, China has established a system of meritocracy, or what can be described as selection plus election. Competent leaders are selected on the basis of performance and broad support through a vigorous process of screening, opinion surveys, internal evaluations, and various types of elections. This is much in line with the Confucian tradition of meritocracy. After all, China is the first country that invented the civil service examination system, or the keju system. Today, China practices, not always successfully, but on the whole successful, meritocracy across the whole political strata, criteria based on poverty eradication, job creation, local economic growth, social development, and increasingly, environmental protection are all key criteria for selecting and promoting officials. A good example of this were the profiles of China's new leaders elected at the 19th Party's Congress. 6 of the 7 of the top leaders, members of Standing Committee of Political Bureau, have run provinces or province-level municipalities, many of which, in terms of population or GDP, are equivalent to many nations combined. Indeed, the Chinese system of meritocracy today makes it inconceivable that anyone as weak as George W. Bush or Donald Trump could ever come close to the position of a top leadership. It's not far-fetched to claim that the China model is more about leadership rather than showmanship, as in the West. China's meritocratic governance challenges the stereotypical dichotomy of democracy versus autocracy. From a Chinese point of view, the nature of the...
This is an airport in Beijing capable of serving up to 100 million passengers per year. This is a drone delivering food to me in a park in Shenzhen. And this is me in a driverless taxi traveling around Wuhan. This is what a metro station looks like in China. And this is me relaxing in first class on quite a lovely journey across China on the largest high-speed rail network in the world. This is the 1,000 tree sky garden in Shanghai. Wait. Hold on just a second. Before we start this video, I just want to clarify something. This video is not sponsored by any company, country, or government. And I'm not part of any MCN. I am just one man with a camera. I take that camera, I turn it around, and I show you guys my life here in China. That's it. It's just me. I edit my own videos, Jiao, my wife, does the subtitles, and Lincoln, our little boy, well, he's just a cutie pie. I'm simply just showing you my life here in China and what I see here. Now, having said that, on a daily basis, I receive hate comments from Westerners who are claiming that what I say and show you guys about China is not true. Firstly, these people who are saying this are not even in China and have never been to China. And secondly, receive all of their information about China from a very corrupt and biased Western media that presents a distorted, negative misrepresentation of China, influenced by their political and economic agendas.
I am over 70. My children perhaps have made it to where they have. I'm thinking about my grandchildren. What is their future in their country of birth? They have no other place to go to. And I'm beginning to say, is my life going to pass with the situation being what it is? And what next for the black children of that country?